Let's discover 3 really simple daily habits to improve your vocabulary in English. Hi, I'm Rebecca, speech therapist, author, and global educator. Successful learners make English vocabulary practice a simple daily habit, just like making your bed each morning. So daily habit number 1. Instead of constantly going through endless lists of new amazing words that you'd love to master someday, some of my most successful clients in my coaching program do one thing that maintains momentum in their vocabulary improvement journey and helps them stick. Doing this one thing is the difference between just knowing what a word means versus actually using that word on the fly. And that brings us to daily habit number 1, vocabulary journaling. Keep a notebook handy for new words and expressions that you hear. Use your notes app on your phone and have it ready on the home screen to scribble down that new word you heard in your last meeting at work or on that amazing podcast that you listened to. If you don't, poof, it'll be gone again in the vast recesses of your distant memory, only to be reconnected at the most inopportune time. And then, because you still forgot to write it down, poof, it's gone again. Jot that word down immediately. Quickly look up the meaning and one example for that word. This is where the magic begins. The goal is not to create an endless list of new amazing vocabulary. Instead, the goal is to add and remove it from your extremely small list once you've mastered that word in order to make room for another. And that takes us to habit number 2. Knowing a word and its meaning is unfortunately not enough. I'm sure you've realized that by now with all the amazing words you wish you had used, but somehow they just never make their way out of your mouth. So what next? Physically write it out in short sentences. I know this sounds awkward and kind of strange, but if you create your own sentences with the word, once you see how it's used properly, it implements itself into your vocabulary. It's really important that the sentence is your own. You're far more likely to use it if it's a functional word used in a functional way for you. Don't let AI create some whimsical long story. You've got to use it in your daily life, so make it simple. Write down 3 just short, simple sentences with that new word. And these should be your typical sentences that you would feasibly use in a regular conversation. It's not how fancy or long the sentence is. Actually, the simpler, the better. It's the frequency that you can use this new word that you really want to focus on. Make up a new sentence with it every day and write it down to practice. And now you have a much deeper way to recall this new favorite word. If you want a real plan to get you to confident English speech, then you're going to want to get the lessons in English pronunciation secrets. Go to www.proactivepronunciation.com under books, or just go to the description below and get it there. And that brings us to habit number 3. If you've done the work to write down the word, then you already understand the importance of immediacy. Doing this work as quickly as possible is the key to ensuring that you never let that gorgeous new word slip away from your memory again. So the habit number 3 is to use the word immediately and as often as you can. Often in my coaching sessions, we'll choose a word and have a hilarious conversation where we both use that word at least once in our turn in the conversation. It gets a little weird and a little silly, but it's a really beneficial way to practice. When you learn a new word and understand its meaning and ways to use it in your next interaction. Try to sneak it into your work meeting, in your next email. Slip that new word into a weird comment in the comment section of my next YouTube video. Use it with your dog and your cat, and the next time you ask ChatGPT a question. This strengthens your vocabulary recall, your ability to use it in a conversation later when you need it. The sooner you use it and the more often you use it, the quicker you can cross it off your list and move on to the next word to master. As a bonus tip, if you want to be certain that you make progress with your vocabulary, then create a regular schedule for yourself to build the habit. Your routine might include 5 to 10 minutes practice using that new word in new sentences when getting ready. Or you're going to commute to work, and when you're listening to a podcast or watching a video, writing down new words in your notebook after the drive. Or at your lunch break, using that new word in a post or a comment, or slip that new word into a conversation with a colleague at work. In the evening, use that word in a conversation with a friend, on the phone, or in a text, or in a conversation with your spouse, or even your pet. So I want to encourage you. You absolutely can improve your English vocabulary, and you can do so in a really significant way if you're intentional about it. Start by picking one word from this video, then create a regular schedule to do a few very simple things every day. If this lesson has been helpful, please repay me with a like and share it with someone you know. That simple act helps me to create all the free lessons that you want. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you want to learn more about mastering English, just watch this playlist. I'm confident you'll learn something new there. See you there.